Good morning, children. We'll start our today's class with English grammar. Today we will discuss about adverbs and its types. So children, please watch the video very carefully to understand the lesson. Alright, now let's begin the class. Adverbs. Before we understand adverbs, it's very important to understand verbs and adjectives. So let's quickly revise. Verbs. Verbs are action words or doing words. For example, eat, dance, run, these are all action words or doing words. Alright, now what are adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. Adjectives describes a noun. For example, happy, beautiful, sweet. Happy girl, beautiful dress, sweet flower, these are all describing words. Now, what are adverbs? Adverbs describes or modifies verbs, adjectives and other adverbs. So, adverbs are also describing words, but like adjective, it does not describe nouns. It describes or modifies verbs, adjectives and other adverbs. They give more meaning and information to the sentence. So, what is adverb? Adverb is a word that modifies verb, adjective or an adverb in any sentence. Now, what does modify means here? It means it adds or change a verb, adjective or another adverb in any sentence. Now, let us look into each of the three modifications with some examples to make things clear. How does an adverb modifies a verb or action performed by the subject? There are four ways in which adverb modifies or describes the action. Firstly, how an action is performed, that is adverb of manner. Secondly, where is the action performed, that is adverb of place. Third, when the action is performed, that is called adverb of time. And fourth, how often or frequent the action that we are talking is performed, that is called adverb of frequency. Now, let's see some examples of each. Firstly, we will see the adverb that describes how the action is performed, that is adverb of manner. Alright, the first sentence is the alarm rang loudly. Here we know that the alarm rang, but how it rang? It rang loudly. So, the word loudly is describing the manner in which the alarm rang, and hence it is an adverb of manner. Alright, let's look into the next sentence. Harry ran quickly. Here we are able to know that Harry ran, but the word quickly is describing the manner in which Harry ran. So, quickly is an adverb here. As these adverbs describes the manner in which the action is performed, they are called adverb of manner. Now, let's look into the next way in which we can describe any action. Adverb of place. It tells us where an action occurred or happened. The first sentence we have here is put the cake there. Here we are telling to put the cake, but where? Which place? The answer is there. So, the word there tells us to put the cake in a particular place. So, it is an adverb. Next, I looked everywhere for my book. I looked for my book, but where I looked? I looked everywhere in the room. Here the word everywhere is adverb, as I am telling the location where I looked for the book. These are called adverb of place. Alright, now let's look into the next way in which we describe action. adverb of time. Adverb of time tells us when exactly the action happened. Let's read the first example. Kriti went to the gym today. Here we are able to know that Kriti went to gym. But when she went? The answer is today. So the word today is an adverb here. It tells us when the action happened. Next, they go out to dinner weekly. In this sentence, we know that they go out to dinner. But when do they go out? They go weekly. So the word weekly tells us when do they go to dinner. As these words today and weekly describes when the action exactly happened or happens, these are called adverb of time. Alright, now let's look into the fourth way in which we can describe an action. This adverb tells us how often the action is happening or how often it happens. For example, sometimes he plays cricket. Here we are understanding that he plays cricket. But what is the frequency? How often he plays? He plays sometimes. So the word sometimes tells us how often he plays. So it is an adverb. Ritesh never smokes. Here never describes that he never smokes and thus telling us the frequency of his smoking. So never is an adverb here. As these verbs sometimes and never in these sentences tells us how often the action is being done. These are called adverb of frequency. So these are the four ways in which adverb modifies or describes the action. Now let us look into the adverbs that describes adjectives. Alright, the first sentence we have here is, he is very happy today. Now if you look at this sentence, the word happy is an adjective because it is describing the pronoun he. He is very happy. So the word happy is describing the pronoun he. That means happy is the adjective here. And the word very is describing the adjective happy. It is telling us how happy he is. Very happy. So it is giving us more information about the word happy. Very happy. So very is an adverb here. Okay, this next sentence we have is, Shia wore brightly colored dress in party. Can you identify the adjective here? Shia wore brightly colored dress. Colored dress. Dress is the noun and the word colored is describing the dress. That means colored is an adjective here. Now here you see the word brightly. Brightly colored. That means the word brightly is describing the adjective colored. That means brightly is an adverb which is describing the adjective colored. So these words very and brightly are adverbs that describes the adjective in the sentence. Alright, now that you understood the adverbs that describe an adjective, let us now look into some examples of adverbs that describe some other adverbs. Adverb describing another adverb. Let us read the first example. The dancer moves so gracefully. In this sentence, the word gracefully is describing the verb moves. The dancer moves so gracefully. Dancer is a noun here and moves. This is the action. That means this is verb. How does the dancer moves? Gracefully. That means gracefully is an adverb here. Now you can see the word so. before gracefully. So gracefully. That means the word so is describing the adverb gracefully. So means very. The dancer moves very gracefully. How gracefully the dancer moves? Very gracefully or so gracefully. It describes the intensity of the word gracefully. So, the word so in the sentence is describing the adverb gracefully. What do we call the word that describes an adverb? Adverb again. The word so is an adverb that describes another adverb that is gracefully. Okay. Alright, the second sentence we have here is, the scientist quite easily solved the problem. Here, easily is describing the action of solving the problem. So, easily is an adverb here that is describing the verb solved, but the word quite is used here to describe easily. So, quite is also an adverb here that is describing another adverb easily. So, in these two sentences we find that so describes another adverb gracefully, and in the next sentence quite describes another adverb easily. So, in both these sentences we find two adverbs. This is how adverb describes another adverb. I hope it is clear now. So, these are the basics about adverbs that you should know. Let us quickly revise what we have learned in this lesson. Firstly, adverbs are the words that modifies three things: verb, adjectives or adverbs, depending on the way in which adverb describes any action or verb. They are further divided into four types: adverb of manner, which describes how an action happens; adverb of place, which describe where an action happened or occurred; adverb of time, which describe when an action happened; and adverb of frequency, that describes how often the action took place or how often the action takes place. We then discussed about adverbs that describes adjectives and another adverb. I hope you understood it well. That's all for today. We will discuss about more types of adverbs in the next class. Alright children, you all stay safe and thank you for watching.